Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, is set to close the Mona IDP camp and resettle about 10,000 people from the camp to their places of abode. According to the governor, his administration is committed to close down all formal camps in Maiduguri before the end of his tenure. Senior reporter Jesse Tafida has details.
It's an early morning visit by Governor Zulum to Mona IDP camp. The camp was officially opened about 9 years ago. 75% of the displaced persons taking refuge here have been successfully resettled back to their places of abode. Today, the governor is here with good news. The remaining 10,000 people are set to be relocated back to their ancient home.
About 4 years ago, we made an announcement that all IDP camps, formal IDP camps within Metropolitan Council will be closed. So far, so good, we have closed all, about 12 of them. Remaining 2 informal camps. This camp initially was an informal camp, but you have seen the population. We will never eradicate insurgency without resettlement people, because people will go back to their homes so that they will earn their means of livelihood by themselves. There is increasing prostitution here. There is increasing child abuse here, gangsterism among others. So the only way that we can ensure that we address the challenges of insecurity by ensuring that the socio-political dimension of the crisis is being addressed.
Governor Zulum disclosed that government has put measures in place to cater the needs of the returnees.
It's not easy, but let me acknowledge the support that we are receiving from the federal government. The federal government is helping us very well. I want to commend the federal government, and I want to commend the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for the support that we have been receiving so far from him that has complemented the efforts of the state government. We remain eternally grateful to the federal government.
On concerns about safety of the returnees, the governor assured that the areas are liberated with military presence on ground. This move is part of a broader strategy to phase out all IDP camps in Maiduguri and support displaced persons rebuild their lives in a safer and secured communities. Jesse Tafida, TVC News, Maiduguri.
Joining me on the news at 7 for more on this is our senior reporter, Jesse Tafida. Jesse, help us understand this move of the federal government to close the IDP camps and return these persons to their places of abode. Just how safe, what assurances has the state government given about the safety of where these people will be returning to?
Well, Abosede, just as the governor said this morning, that all the liberated communities are having security presence there. Now, according to the governor, he wants to close down all these IDP camps before the end of his tenure. Why? Because he said that in the camp, there are a lot of, child abuse, prostitution, gangsterism, and other forms of crimes, going on in the camps. And then, they depend on government for their daily lives, the food, the water, and everything. And the governor said this is not sustainable. And, with the stoppage of funding from, UN agencies, the government cannot continue, to provide the needs of tens of thousands of, IDPs living in camp in Maiduguri. The governor now said what he's going to do is to rebuild these liberated communities and then resettle them back home. Now, last year in June 2024, the governor resettled 75% of people living in Mona IDP camp. Now, Mona is one of the largest camps Maiduguri has ever had. It is one of the camps whereby you have over 70,000 households in that IDP camp. And last year, 75% of the IDPs have been resettled. But IDPs from Tikwa, Mafan, and other local government areas still remain in the camp because the local government areas are not safe. But now the local government areas are safe, and the governor is making moves to see that these IDPs are being resettled back into their places of abode. According to the governor, now it's good to note that he is coming to them because he has seen on social media they have been going on TikTok saying they want to go back to their hometown because they've heard that the local government is safe now. They want to also earn their means of living. And the governor now swiftly responds and is now in the camp to assure them that he is going to be taking them back. And he also told them that each of the male heads of households will get 100,000 naira cash. Their wives will get 50,000 naira cash. food and other basic amenities would also be provided to the returnees.
Yeah, sounds quite interesting, and it's as though you took that question out of my mouth, because I really wanted to ask about your interaction with the people and what their response is, how they're receiving the news, and what their expectations are as they take this next step.
Well, it's a happy moment for them. You could see from the footages, they're all smiling. You know, it's a dream come true for most of them. Spending 10 years in camp is not easy. You know, you stay together with people, there's no privacy, you're depending on government to bring food and other, basic amenities for you. And now that you're going back to your places of abode, you know, trying to earn your means of living, going back to your farm, because most of them are farmers. The women said they want to go and farm okra and other vegetables. They are so much excited. All they need from the government is to support them with, cash assistance and food items, and that is what Governor Zulum said he's going to do. Before you be relocated back to your place of abode, they would be supporting you with cash and food items. And the governor has also said that if you don't want to go back to your own local government areas, if there is any place any household wants to go back to, he should report to the government, and the government would ensure that the person is being resettled. According to him, keeping these IDPs in camps is not sustainable, and he took time to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for supporting the state government, in providing food and other essential amenities to the IDPs. He said the state government cannot do this alone, but the federal government has been supporting the government, and that is why they could keep them. It is good to know that about 12 IDP camps have so far been closed in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. We have, informal camps are still here, and the governor is making effort to see that they are being returned to their places of abode. Assurances from security concerns is that the places are safe for them to return.
Our senior reporter, Jessie Tafida, thank you very much for that update. We'll definitely be back with you when these resettlements begin. Thank you again.